Hello, future 7th graders. For those of you who do not know me, I am Miss Hikes. I will be your school counselor on the junior senior high side of the building. I wanted to just take a couple minutes today and say congratulations. Congratulations on finishing 6th grade. That wraps up your time in the elementary school, and you will be joining us on the junior senior high side of the building come August. That's a really big accomplishment, and you should be proud of yourselves. I know that I am looking forward to meeting each one of you. I know a couple of you because of siblings and things like that, but there's a bunch that I don't know. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know you and just having you on our side of the building. One of the things that Mrs. Robertson and I love to do is bring the 6th graders over towards the end of the year and give them a tour, answer questions that you guys might have, just to kind of help you feel a little bit more acclimated to our building and a little less stressed about the transition that's coming in August. We know that due to COVID, everybody's at home, and so that wasn't, feasible for us to bring you into the building, but we thought that we would give you a virtual tour of the building. I'll share some of how our procedures work and just the differences between the elementary school and the junior senior high school today, and then hopefully next week we can do a Google Meet where we'll go live and I will answer any questions that you have. We can talk a little bit more about procedures and the way things work. Before we get started with the tour, I just want to say that, I know this is a stressful time. Nobody knows what school will look like for sure in August. It's my hope that come August, we're all able to be in the building, safe, healthy, and that you guys can start your 7th grade year out just like all the classes before you, but we don't know that for sure. However, for the sake of this video, I am going to show you the high school. I'm going to show you the halls, the teachers, talk about a normal day for you, just as if we were in the building like normal. This is the main office. When you enter the building on your first day of 7th grade, you will walk through the office and stand in the lobby until the bell rings. One of the biggest changes from elementary school to high school is how much you will use the front office. If you forget your locker combination, it's in the front office. You can ask them for that information if you forget it, if you need help with a lock. If you are absent from school a day and have a note to turn in, you also need to turn that note into the front office. Do not give it to your homeroom teacher or any of your other teachers for that matter, because it might not make its way to the front office. Mr. Galvin, the principal's office, is also here if you'd ever need to see him for anything. As you exit the front office, you'll go into the lobby. If you turn left out of the office, this should be a hallway that's very familiar to you. You've got the library, the art room is here, the music room's down at the end of the hallway. Some of you may need to still use the music room if you are going to be in band or chorus. These are the steps that lead up to the cafeteria. Same cafeteria you guys use in elementary school, except for now you will be eating with 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. I will talk more about how that works next week during our Google Meet. This is the hallway that is directly across from the main office. It leads to some ag rooms. Also, the gym locker rooms are down this hallway. This is a look at the ag hallway. You might have a science class down here, or last year the high school students had some ag classes in this room and in the hallway as well. This is the gym hallway. Miss O'Neill's office is here, the weight room, Mr. Doyle's office, and then we've got the locker rooms. This is the inside of a locker room. You will notice lockers, however, they are for the higher level students. We do require that you change for gym classes, but there's plenty of room to change in private if you would like to. I will be talking about that more as well on the Google Meet next week. This is where your gym classes will be. You should be familiar with this, as I think you used it some in the elementary. This is just a picture of what the weight room looks like. You may get to be in here some, you may not. It just depends on what your phys ed teacher decides to do. As a 7th grader, you will have class both upstairs and downstairs. We will be using the stairs by the front office to explore those classes that are on the 2nd floor. When you get to the top of the stairs, if you turn left, it will lead you to Mr. Hollinshead's classroom. Mr. Hollinshead teaches 7th grade Pennsylvania history as one of his classes. He is also our dean of students for the high school and has an office downstairs for that. If you go right across from the stairs at the top, there's a hallway that leads to bathrooms. You can sign a pass in your agenda to go to the bathroom during class or use the bathroom during your 3 minutes to switch classes. This is Mrs. Ayers' classroom. Those of you that worked with her in the elementary will continue to work with her on the high school side for a while yet. This is what the hallway looks like. There's lockers for the high school students and then some classrooms mixed in. One of those classrooms is Mrs. Daniels. This is what her classroom looks like. She will be your 7th grade pre-algebra teacher. Very close to her room is Miss Sachoka's room. This is what Miss Sachoka's room looks like. She teaches 7th grade English language arts and reading and writing, so every 7th grader will have her. At the end of the hallway, there is a tech office. If you have questions about your email, you can ask them and they should be able to help. Going down the stairs now, we are going to look at the rest of the classes that you will have on the first floor. This is the hallway. Your lockers will be there on the right-hand side. And this is Miss Keegan's classroom. Some of you will have her for homeroom. And she will also be everybody's teen living teacher. This is an inside look at what her classroom looks like. The other half of the 7th grade will have Mrs. Barkman for homeroom. This is Mrs. Barkman's classroom. She also teaches 7th grade Earth and Space Science. So everybody in 7th grade will have her. Some of you will have her for homeroom and Earth and Space Science. Some of you will just have her for Earth and Space Science. Lockers seem to be one of the most anticipated things of a 7th grader. Here is an inside look as to what the locker looks like. There's a shelf at the top, a coat hanger for your backpack, and then a bottom storage space as well. You are free to decorate this however you see fit. Some people put organizers in the bottoms, put mirrors on them. This is the outside of the locker. It does come with a lock, and you will get that combination on the first day of school. Do not tell anybody that combination, because if somebody else gets in your locker and has your combination, there really isn't much that we can do about that. They're really close to your homeroom. This is my office. Miss Hikes, the school counselor. Here is an inside look as to what it looks like on the inside. My office is very close to Mr. Hollinshead's. Mr. Hollinshead's office is one door down from me, and then we are 2 doors away from the front office. So we're very close to the front office if you would ever need anything. We are going to wrap up this tour right now. That's a tour of the high school side. I hope you are feeling a little bit more at ease. Like I said, we will do a Google Meet next week where you can ask questions. You can email questions that you have to Mrs. Robertson in the meantime, and she will give them to me so that we can be ready and answer those next week when we meet. All right, well, I guess you just completed the tour of the high school. I know it wasn't ideal, but it was the best that we could do given the circumstances. I am really looking forward to us being back in the building, but if that can't happen come August, please know that we are in this together. We will be here to walk with you, help you through whatever August does bring, even if it means we're at home. I will get in touch with Mrs. Robertson and I will let her know my schedule so that we can plan a Google Meet for next week. Please join that. I will share more of what a typical day looks like. We'll look at schedules. Like I said, I'll answer any questions that you might have, and we can talk about things such as, how does lunch work? What does the end of the day look like? What does the schedule itself look like? We'll talk about all those things live next week, hopefully. I will see you then. Bye.